Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Today is May 5th, 2020, and I want to go ahead and get started with our lesson for today. All right, so on this beautiful Tuesday morning, you have some math and science you need to complete. And let's look at your task. You will need to complete a spiral review, complete your problems of the day. If you have not already, complete your science assignment. And you need to do practice on Education Galaxy or Clever. All right, so for your spiral review, I really want for us to focus in on numbers 1 and number 4 because I saw some things yesterday that I want to make sure that we're understanding. And so let's go ahead and look at number 1. All right, so number 1 says round to the nearest 10. All right, so we have a number, and that's 2,117. All right, I want you to look at this number, and we see 4 digits. Our number in the tens place is the 1, but that's really a 10. Followed by the number in the ones place is a 7. So we're looking at a number, and that number is 17. When you're rounding to the nearest 10, you're taking this whole number and you're looking at it right here, and you have to decide, am I going to round up or am I going to round down? So when we're rounding, remember numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, you round down. 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, you need to round up, okay? So you need to take this number 17 and decide, am I going to round up to the nearest solid number, or am I going to round down to the nearest solid number, okay? That's something you really need to focus on when you're looking at rounding. Okay, number 2 is a little different. All you have to do is look at this, and it says 3 times 6 equals 6 times what? All you have to do is just try and figure out, how is that equation? How can I make it the same? If it's 2 numbers on this side, what 2 numbers need to be on this side? Okay? Next one, a teacher puts 24 students in 3 equal rows. How many students are in each row? Okay? That's a good estimate to figure out, because it was about 24 of you in the classroom this year. So think about that. How could I put you guys and girls into 3 equal rows? Okay? And then draw a model of 2/5. Remember, this right here needs to resemble a fraction. So you need to draw a circle, a square, something like that, and it needs to have 5 parts, and 2 need to look different. I saw some people give me like a multiplication array thing yesterday, and I was like, not quite. This needs to be a circle or a rectangle or a square, and it needs to be divided into 5 parts, and 2 need to look different, okay? So really focus in on numbers 1 and number 4. All right, you guys did excellent yesterday with comparing your decimals. Woo! Yay! I'm giving you all virtual hugs, virtual high fives. I'm clapping. You get drum rolls from me. Everything you need to get. You did so well yesterday. I was so proud of you guys because you were able to take exactly what I was saying and you were able to compare those decimals. My teacher heart is beyond happy. I just can't even express it in words how happy I am, okay? But let's go ahead and look over this one more time. Remember, a decimal is a number containing a decimal point, looks like a period, that separates a whole from a fractional place value. So tenths, hundredths, thousandths, and so on. Remember, the TH S at the end is very important. It's not just 10, it's tenths. It's got the th at the end, okay? So, and also remember, greater than, less than, use the L with your left hand, and equal to, which means they are exactly the same. All right. Also, let's go ahead and focus in on how to read decimals. Here's your number before the decimal. Sometimes it will be 0. Sometimes it will be a number like 1 or 2 or 3. It just depends. But for the sake of this example, I just have a 0. All right, here's your decimal place. The first number after the decimal is in the tenths place. Tenths place, okay? The second number is in the hundredths place, and then the fourth number or the third number after the decimal is in the thousandths place. Okay, so this is 2/10, 25 hundredths, 254 thousandths. Okay, all right. So yesterday we went over how to compare our decimals if you're looking at them. I really want for us to look at this one more time to make sure that we have it. And I think that everybody does because of all the beautiful work that I saw. But let's go ahead and just go over it one more time. We are going to be comparing our blue decimal, which is this one right here. And we're going to be comparing our purple one, which is this one right here. All right, so if we look back, we can see that this is 25 hundredths. All right, so 25 hundredths. 0.25 is 25 hundredths. 0.52 is 52 hundredths. So you have to decide, is 25 hundredths bigger or is 52 hundredths bigger? I know that it has the decimal, but I really want you to think about the number 25 and 52. Remember, if you don't have something like this at home to shade it in, that's perfectly fine. You can look something up, or you can even just look at your numbers, or you can use the example in the next slide I'm going to show you, and that will help you. Remember, I shaded in 25 of these are blue, so I did 10, that gave me 20. I shaded in half, which was 5, that was 25. So I came over here and I shaded in 52 of these purple. So that was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 plus 2 more, and that gave me 52. Well, when I look at this, it's a clear visual representation that this purple is way bigger than the blue, okay? So that helps me to know that 25 hundredths is less than 52 hundredths, okay? All right, so if you're still like, I don't know, I want to use a different way, you can always look at this using a number line. All right, so let's compare. We have 75 hundredths compared to, and you're thinking, oh, that's just 8 tenths. I want you to look at this. This is an imaginary little 0 right here, but we'll get into that later. All right, so let's look at it. How do I know which one is bigger? You're probably thinking, well, I see 2 numbers after the decimal place over here, so this one has to be bigger because there's only 1 over here. But I want you to remember, look at the number behind the decimal, okay? So let's look at it. 0.75 or 75 hundredths compared to 0.8. All right, so which one is bigger? Automatically, we know, because you guys are so smart, you know that, 7 comes before 8. That means 8 is bigger. But let's go ahead and look at a visual representation of that. Let's see how we can spot that on a number line, okay? So I have my number line right here. And I just did it 1 through 10 because the biggest number was 8, so I didn't need to go any higher than that. So I just made my number line. And then I decided, all right, my first number after the decimal was 7. So let's go ahead and mark my 7. My 7 is right here. All right, and for this one, my number after the decimal was 8. So I'm going to mark my 8. I come across and I realize, yep, 7 definitely comes before 8, which means 8 is definitely bigger than 7. So because 8 is bigger, we know that 75 hundredths is less than, okay? It is smaller, not by much, but it is smaller, okay? So remember, It is important that you always look at the number behind the decimal. And I know that you can do it because I saw some amazing work yesterday. I was like, oh, my kids are so smart. You were definitely ready for 5th grade. All right, so let's look at your problems that you have to do today. Same concept of what we did yesterday. And once again, I want to go ahead and stress, if you want, you can just give me the answer. Or if you want, you can write the whole problem. I got both yesterday, and either way is fine with me as long as I can clearly see what your answer is. I'm not particular about which way you want to write it down. Doesn't bother me not one little bit, okay? All right, so because you did so well yesterday, we're going to keep up with it today, and you're going to get 6 more problems today, very similar to what you worked with yesterday, okay? So it's not the same problems, but it's the same concept. So I know that you can do these because you all are so extremely smart, okay? All right, so you're comparing your first decimal compared to your second one. I really want you to focus in on number 6 for me. That one is gonna kind of trip you up a little bit. So that's the one I really want you to focus in on today so you can make sure that you are understanding. All right, as always, I've included some math videos for you. That way you can understand decimals and you can understand how to compare the decimals. All right? All right. You see me carrying all these books. This is all the books and the brain power that I'm carrying, and I'm giving it to you. So remember, show me your work. Remember to submit your answers to me, Class Dojo, or text messages. I can't wait to brag on you guys tomorrow at my meeting. All right, for all my geniuses out there, I need for you guys to practice 30 minutes on your iReady pathway this week. So next week, you will be able to have an actual assignment, and I will post that on the PowerPoint for next week. That way you'll know exactly what you need to work on. But for this week, I just want you to work on your pathways for 30 minutes. All right, and I saw some really, 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 really good science work yesterday. So if you haven't submitted it to me, if you didn't submit it to me yesterday, or if you want to do an extra one, either way, it's perfectly fine with me. I want you to construct a model to show how an object can be seen when light is reflected from a surface and enters the eye. I saw some awesome ones. Somebody drew me a picture of the sun hitting, like the sun was hitting off the window in like a car, and it was like reflecting and hitting their eye out. As we all know, I told you guys I can't draw, but who sent that to me, it was amazing. So please, please, please keep up the good work and working hard on your science and sending me your work. As always, I have included some science videos for you to watch. That way, if you want to excuse me, learn some more about light reflection and things like that, you can definitely click on those and learn more. All right, we have come to the end. Remember, you can do it. As I have my little emoji right here, you can do it. You got this. Remember, you are smart, you are loved, and you're missed. I wish I was with you guys today and we were together, but this is the best way. This is the safest way, and I want you to know that no matter what, Miss Washington loves you. And if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to me. And remember, we are almost to the finish line. All right, I want everyone to have a great day. Bye, guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow.